We're live again. I'm trying this on a tripod so I don't have to hold it like I did yesterday. But good morning. I'm back in my studio. I'm here. Got my desk somewhat set up. Got my coffee. I have no idea what I'm drinking this morning. Normally I look. I did not look. And I've got a bagel. This is my normal breakfast. I just thought I would chat and kind of say good morning to everybody. Oh, there's the email telling me that I'm live, so I'm glad to know that I'm live. But anyway, just thought maybe might be a good thing to do to just start kind of saying good morning and seeing how things go. Lottie is snoozing with one of the kiddos, so she may be in here a little bit later. Look at these things are crooked. There we go, it's a little bit better. I think. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I bump them all the time when I'm coming in here. Or it could just be, oh, I bet you it's the fisheye. It looks like it's the fisheye. I'm sitting here. But good morning. I hope you're having a wonderful, it is Wednesday. I had to actually look up what the number was because typically the way I work, it matters that it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I have no idea what number of the month it is. Like if it's the 10th or the 11th, like those things, I'm clueless. So it is Wednesday and I have coffee. And my day is an interesting one because I have meetings in the afternoon. I love having meetings in the morning instead of in the afternoon just because they're a little more interesting to me. And my day lays out so much better. Like I don't like having a meeting hanging over me for later. I'm gonna take this down just a little bit more. I've got a lot of headroom. Give you guys one more desk. There we go. Just because I don't like knowing that I've got a meeting later. Like I want to get my meetings over with, and then back to like all the work that's like most of my work is to-do list kind of stuff. Like it's not necessarily time out. Like it has to be done at noon. It has to be done at certain times. It's just it needs to be done, and it needs to be done today. So okay, where I put it in today doesn't really matter. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a good morning. This is a simple Linder's bagel with Tillamook cream cheese. Tillamook cream cheese is way better than normal cream cheese. It will change your life. Not sponsored. Just wanted to let you know that if you thought all cream cheeses were the same when you tried Tillamook on a bagel, you'd be like, oh, and then some everything but seasoning because it's so much easier to eat my bagel this way with the seasoning on the cream cheese than it is to have an everything bagel where it just kind of all falls off. So my day is one meeting. It's I've got a lot of content strategy work that I have to get done today. So I'll be watching a lot of videos and taking copious notes. So it's a lot of noting. It's just let you know, it's one thing to just watch YouTube. It's for me to watch an 8-hour video and take the notes that I need to on it while it's going. And this is me typing, so it's as fast as I can go and already getting into the spreadsheet and everything. It takes a half hour to watch an 8-minute video and record everything. And so it takes so much longer than just sitting there watching a couple of YouTube videos. It's I look at how many videos I watch, it's taken how many hours. So it's almost easier when they're longer because there's a lot more notes I have to take at the beginning than I have to at the end, if I want to go by just watch minutes. But yeah. So yesterday the hurricane went through here. Not that I'm in the hurricane pathway. It was what was left of it came through. We got some really good downpours, but no, it's beautiful and sunny. It's a beautiful day, and it was supposed to not be so hot, which feels good. Hello, Renee. Welcome in. I'm gonna pull up my chat over here because my phone, I put it on a tripod so I could actually talk and do things, but it's a little bit. So let me pull up live stream over here, and that way I can actually see what's going on, and if I need to type something in chat or whatever, I can do that. So anyway, oh my, that's automizer. There we go. So anyway, that is basically what's going on here today. It's not like a super exciting day. Although I am getting to work on a Kickstarter today with somebody. So it's going to be interesting. I haven't done a Kickstarter before. I know how to do one, but I've never done it. And it's for an artist. I love working with artists. Anybody else out there eating their breakfast? Let me know what you're having. What is your daily go-to? I'll go grab this in a second after I finish the bagel. I don't want to get food on it. But I want to know some of your guys' opinions on something I've made. So I'm debating remaking it. And that would be like really great to know if you guys think it needs to be redone or if you think, nope, it's good, let's go. It's for my coming nephew. Just to let you guys know, something that I think is pretty funny is whenever I go live, I get the how to be good in chat notification to me as the streamer, like reminding me of the guidelines, I think is hilarious about how to behave in chat. So it's like, yes, I know. I've done this a couple of times. I know how to behave. I'm not going to tell anybody where I live. I'm going to find that Lottie's not happy yet. Hi, Mohammed. Welcome in. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's a pretty boring day here. That's all I'll take. Yesterday was busier. I just felt like I was struggling to actually get to work, like get time, even though I was doing other work tasks, like work tasks that I really needed to work on, like I was struggling to get to because other things kept getting in the way. Of course, here I am on a live stream when I have work to do. You know, as you do. I believe it's already Wednesday. Like this week is going so fast so far. I did show they're under here. My desk is a mess. These pencils that I picked up. And they will be getting a video. I plan on doing the video tomorrow. So I've been trying to clear out space in my schedule so I could get video done. So I can make sure I have time to sit down, film, edit, upload, all of the things that go along with making a video. I'm going to be doing a swatch chart for these as well, so that'll be coming out. So note that with it. I'm a little bit, like I've been debating, because there's only 12 pencils, but there's a way that I do for like, especially with tritone pencils, to make it so that you can see a little bit of the changes, because they don't lay down the same every single time. So you need like a couple of swatches. Like they give you one swatch on the back right there. I have found that it's not the case that the pencil always looks like the swatch. And literally the way they did the swatch here is they just did a squiggle with the 3 colors that are in the pencil. Not that it's necessarily like an actual picture of a swatch. So I'm very curious to see how they're going to lay down. especially compared to the Conor Tritones, because the Conor Tritones have like been the standard for these things. I've also got the Magic FXs, which I used to have, and I can't find them, and I normally didn't get rid of pencils. So, good morning. Welcome in. I don't know, it looks like two eyes blinking. Anyway. But yeah, let's be talking about pencils. I love colored pencils, you can tell. A little bit of what the channel's about. Man, yeah, the Conor Tritones have been like the standard. And they're a ton of fun to work with, like because they're so different than others. And so I'm like curious, like a Crayola version, is it going to be exactly what I think about? Is it going to be like the discount version of the Tritones? And which, I mean, this was only $3. So $3 whole for this. So it's not like these were expensive. It's funny because some of the Crayola products now, when you price them out, like even compared to Prismacolor and those, they actually work out cheaper. So, good morning.
Good morning.
My kiddos just woke up. Let me read over here. Can you send that bread pizza? I'm really hungry. Yeah, my bagel. It's just a little Linder's bagel with Tillamook cream cheese. So I wish I could. That would be like so cool. Like if you could just touch and you could get a bagel too. Although I don't really want to give up my bagel because I'm hungry too. But let's see who didn't know. I'm drinking out of this mug. This mug is very special to me. It is from back when we lived in California. This is from Foursquare Coffee, which was up in Roseville, which is near Sacramento. And my son worked at Foursquare. He managed their podcast and some of their social media stuff and had a blast doing that. But he's currently at basic training for Air Force right now. So I'm drinking out of this mug because I miss my Jay. But yeah, so he is there and doing great. Like we've gotten great letters. Like he actually used the word phenomenal to describe his drill instructor, which I think is interesting and speaks volumes about my son and why he is exactly where he needs to be right now. He was funny when he was telling us he was thinking about going into the Air Force, and he's really going to go into Space Force to do cybersecurity eventually. It's a 3-year kind of thing. But it was funny because when he told us, he thought he was like, we were going to be against it or nervous about it or whatever. And we were like, no, it makes perfect sense. You were the 3-year-old on the playground who literally turned everything into like a military operation. Like it was a ship and you guys had to defeat the whatevers and you were telling orders to all the other kids in the playground, like to the point we had to tell him everything is not a military operation. Like the other kids do not want to play this too. And so we're excited to hear all of his adventures. Right now, being in San Antonio at Lackland is going to be a little bit difficult, especially this time of year. Like, we're hot here. It's even hotter there. And I'm like, this just sounds so painful. He says the water there is served at a lovely lukewarm temperature. So nice and refreshing. But anyway, I digress. I was talking about clear pencils. I use Crayolas. And how Crayola has some sets that, like especially like their blend, like they came out with these blend and shade pencils, which were so weird. They were so unique, but they were so weird. I did a review on them back in the day. It was like back in 2017 or something. It's on the channel. I didn't take it down, so it's there. You probably just search Crayola blend and shade. But they were so weird. They like felt like gel. Like they didn't feel like wax pencils or oil pencils. They were like, it was such a strange, they laid down strange, they blended strange, everything about them was a little weird. But when you did a cost comparison, Prismacolors were cheaper than these Crayola pencils, so it didn't make any sense. Like it was so weird. I was like, what market are you trying to capture? Because normally Crayola is the more budget option to help you be able to figure out what you want and like test them out, that kind of thing. And then, but to create something that's a little more expensive than what is considered like the first level artist grade. Prismacolor used to be like back in the day, like back in the 80s, 90s, excuse me. the It pencil, for those of you who don't know color pencils. But now there are a lot of better pencils. Like, they changed their manufacturing processes. They moved to Mexico, and now they're not quite at the level they were back in the day. But there are other pencils that are in that spot. Like, you've got Faber-Castells, you've got Holbeins, Hand Dash, other pencils that, yeah, you pay for it. Like Derwent, oh my goodness, I want to get some sets of Derwents. And I can never decide which set I want to start with. Like, I have been on their shop so many times about to put something in the cart. And then like, oh, I don't know, should I get this one or that one? And I always get like the highest number of pencils that like the set will come in, just because I don't want to miss any colors. That's just me. Well, anyway, if you have any ideas for which Derwent pencils I should get, I do have the Inktenses, but I do not have the full like big set. And I'm like looking at it, and I've eyed it, especially considering they came out with a 100 set. But it's like $300. So anyway, that will be a little while before I can buy it. Oh, okay. But I love how I know. Yes, I love how. Yes, I totally agree with you on that. Yes. The thing is, you can get like my set of Prismacolors now. They've gone up some inflation since I bought them. Like my big box of 150. If you watch it, and I have links typically. I don't think I have any links in the video. Maybe I didn't delete them. I can't remember. I don't think I deleted the links. I need to do that because I was like changing my stuff. There's some things in the links that I'm not even talking about today. Amazon. But I was able to score my Prismacolors, my 150 set for $75. It was by Christmas back in 2016. You know, it was one of those like getting that everything. Do I have a dog? I do have a dog. She is snoozing right now. She is not in here, which is really strange because normally when she hears my voice, she comes running. But she is sleeping. I have a sweet little toy poodle. She is my little Lottie. But I have Faber-Castells as well. I originally got my sets. I've got the cream, which I think is a great one to have in your collection because it is the closest to white but not white that I have found. I think she is a very big cutie. I streamed with her yesterday because she kept telling me, hold me. And so I was like, well, I've got to still get something done. But the Polychromos cream is like, it's white. It's almost white. And so it's great for when you want to blend, but not with a white. Like you want it to have, like, white's wrong. Like I need to have it tinted the other way. So definitely one you should have in your collection. And it's open stock. Like you can get these in open stock. I got those because before my Prismacolors, I had the set of Kohinoors, my 72 set there. And I started with just a 24 set. And then I open stocked my way to the full set, which is like the most expensive way to do it. But I did it in a pencil here and a pencil there. And I noticed that there were color gaps. And so what I did is because the Kohinoors are oil-based, Faber-Castell is oil-based, I bought the Faber-Castell Polychromoses to fill in where I saw color gaps. So that is my story on those and why I have the ones that I have. They're in my folder, which I can't get to right now because my computer's right here and it's on the other side right there in my little file. To show you my sets, what I have of those. I know I got the copper, I've got like a maroon type shade because the only maroon type shade that the Kohinoor had was the Bordeaux, which the Bordeaux is a great pencil, don't get me wrong. That shade, I use it like whatever that shade's equivalent is all the time. So it's a great inclusion there in the set. But it didn't have one. It also didn't have like a magenta-y pink. So I got the magenta, I got a light magenta, I got the cobalt turquoise, and I think I got the light cobalt turquoise too, because those were missing in the 72 set. Now that I got this, I got the 144 set, which you can see on the channel, I've got them all over, for the Kohinoors, and they filled in a lot of those, but the one thing that's interesting with those sets is that they added a ton of skin tones. Like the amount there for being able to do portrait is incredible. Like, forget Crayolas Colors of the World, you know, where they were trying to like include everything. Like the ones that they did for portraiture in the 144 Kohinoor set is great. So Prismacolor breaks a lot. I know. Um, I do not use a handheld sharpener on mine, which some people will think is a little bit, like, some people are all for that, some people aren't. I have an X-Acto electric sharpener that I keep on my desk. I use that. I love the tight point it gives me because there's so much you can do with a really sharp point to get in there and do things. And so my X-Acto pencil sharpener was one of my best purchases, tool wise. I need to finish this bagel. Been talking for 20 minutes. I've like been nervous because like thinking about starting, because I'm thinking about doing these little vertical live streams a little bit more often, and making sure it stays in theme with my channel. Like, I don't want to suddenly create a separate type of content with me just chatting, but that's why I keep trying to bring it back to art stuff. So at least it still fits with everything. I don't have a lot of plans for pencils at this, like videos, like, other than diving into those swirls. I do have a full set of grisailles. I always see the spell, like I phonetically sound it out when I see it, but I know it's pronounced grisaille. That I'm gonna do a full video on as well. I just have to get the time to sit down and do the full video. The swatch charts are already, for the grisailles, are already up on the Etsy shop. But it's one of those, it's like, okay, I've got to get time to sit down and film the video. And if I get, like, if everything goes great with my filming, especially for the acrylic, I may be able to go ahead and film that in the same day and get both of those done. And then I'll have a little bit of content going forward. But I have other things that I'm working on right now, which I'm very excited about. Which you guys will be seeing soon. I'm working on some stuff here with the Arts Council and in my little town. I'm in Columbia, by the way. I always put Nashville on my stuff because I'm outside of Nashville. Most people don't know about Columbia, even though it is the birthplace of James K. Polk, and they are very proud of James K. Polk because there's not a whole lot else here other than that it is the cutest little town that gets featured in Hallmark movies regularly. Our first year here, our square was decorated for Christmas 3 times that year. Now, only one of those times was in December. The others were in August and April. Complete with fake snow, which is even funnier because we're far enough south that it doesn't snow a whole lot. And so the snow in August was pretty funny, seeing that in the square. And if you looked, like, I know they like would have to go and edit this out, but we went down just to kind of see it because it's hilarious. It's funny, it's interesting, you know, it's like something going on when you live in a small town, right? And they, like, were getting ready to film, and there were still lightning bugs. And so I was like, lightning bugs at Christmas, that happens all the time. Like, do they go in and they edit out the lightning bugs? Like, that would, like, take a little bit of work. Like, how do they handle that one? So have fun looking at your Hallmark movies and like being like, But they just replaced the trees around the square, so we're probably like 2 or 3 years out before they'll be filming again down there, just because the trees need to grow back in. But we're an easy locate. I mean, it makes sense that they film them here. We're a cute little town. We're close enough to Nashville that flying in and out isn't difficult, and getting production crews is easy. Even Southwest has a direct flight from Nashville to Burbank. Which, if you're flying to LA from Nashville, 10 out of 10 would recommend to take the Burbank flight instead of flying into LAX. So much easier. you're flying out of, like, if you're even as far as Louisville and going to LA, I would drive to here and fly out of Nashville and fly out of BNA instead of SDF. Personally. Okay, my bagel is done. Oh, I was gonna ask you guys' opinion. Can you handle blank screen for a minute? Because I don't want to try to take my phone out of the tripod to go get this. Can you handle a blank screen while I go get something and come right back? Well, it won't be blank. You'll like just see my background, but so that I can go get something and then come back. Can you guys handle that? Are you gonna be okay? Is it gonna be too much? Is it gonna cause anxiety? I hope not. Of course, if this is what causes you anxiety, great, because there are so many worse things that you have to face in the world, and if this is your thing and the other things don't, this is easy to deal with. Okay, anyway, be right back. Okay, I'm back. Little change of pace here. Okay, so this is a baby blanket. Let me talk up here. This is a baby blanket that I made for my coming nephew. I did it on these needles. These are 50s. But I'm really thinking I need to redo it on 36s. Or 35s. I don't know why I always think they're 36s. They're 35s. It's even 5s. And so now I'm back and forth. Because I feel like it's just a little too open and the stitches didn't lay as great as I want. I have not tied in any ends, so if you see loose ends, they're still there so that when I come back in. But it's not bad. I just think it could be better. So here's what it looks like. So what are your guys' thoughts? Should I redo it? Because it's not like it took me a ton of time. Like literally I did this in an evening. And I'm used to like these projects taking like a month. So that's time is not a factor on this one. So don't take that into your decision. But what do you think? It's over there. I should have grabbed it while I was there. I got the cutest, like they had a matching yarn. That's like much like a thinner yarn, but in the same color scape. So I could do a cute little sweater and hat and things, and so not in like the super thick. But this just feels so soft. And I was like, it's gonna be so much fun, and my little nephew's on the way. So I know I'm asking you, but I think I've already made up my mind what I'm gonna do. I'm just curious if you guys are gonna tell me the same thing. I think that's what this comes down to. If you would redo or just leave it. That coffee's getting cold. But anyway, okay, so let me hear. I can tell you about the yarn and what I thought about while I was knitting it and what I kind of learned. So one of the things that I actually ran into an issue with is that my loops would jump off the back and I had to keep putting them back on. Like that was one thing I had an issue with. Now these are not like the right size for blanket. I think I'll pick up the right size for blankets. They've got them here in town. I may do that later today. So like this little knob right here, I'm sure that I'm going to be dealing with stitches jumping off the back. But I think it did knit up pretty well. Like my stitches are pretty even, but I just feel like it's not the right gauge and I need to take it in a little bit. I remember when I got these, I think I've had these needles since the early 2000s. And I remember getting them and thinking, oh my gosh, these things are huge, and they were almost comical. And now like most people are doing stuff out of them. No, I do not sell, in case anybody's wondering, I do not have a storefront. I do not sell my knitted or fiber arts, although that's how I started, for those of you who didn't know. I had a fiber store, had a little boutique in the Melwood Arts Center in Louisville doing fiber arts. And it was a lot of fun, but I learned very quickly that I did not make any money. So as cute as my things were and as much fun as I had, it was one of those just covering rent each month was a difficult thing, much less covering cost of materials and my time. And yeah, it was not a profitable venture in the least. So one of my favorite ones, because I was in the Melwood Art Center, and for those of you who don't know, it's the old Melwood Bacon from Fisher's Bacon. They used to make Melwood Bacon, and that was the plant where they processed it, and they've turned it into an art center with little studios. And so I made a scarf that looked like bacon with a fried egg hat that I had there, which was pretty fun and cute. That was like back in 2008. It has been a minute. My kiddos were teeny, like, and still in strollers. Like I remember like taking them up, and they were still in strollers and hanging out, and I'd have a little TV with something for them to watch on, and they would sit there and watch like Alvin and the Chipmunks and things like that. And they had this little sofa that they would sit on, just a hair bigger than my dog's sofa that Lottie was on in the stream yesterday. So for puppy TV. But I am procrastinating now. I need to get to work. I've got to get some stuff done. So anyway, that's going to be it for today. I'm going to be trying to do these more regularly, but just kind of, that notification bell is the best way to know, in all honesty, because I can't guarantee a certain time. I can't guarantee those things. So if you want to join in with me, have a bagel and a cup of coffee and chit chat about crafts and art supplies and whatever else, that's what I want to do. So that is it for today, and hopefully see you tomorrow. I'm planning on it tomorrow, but don't get upset because sometimes things happen. So anyway, that's it. Bye. Where do I hit end? I've got to remember, I'm not used to ending these things on my phone. So anyway, bye. Oh, I can't hit the stop streaming button because it's covered by my... Oh, we're learning. Are you sure you want to start streaming?